Hello everyone, my name is Amelia, and whether you are a newcomer or veteran, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Now, I normally don't do video essays like this, but this video idea popped into my head while I was working, and I wanted to actually put it out there. I'd like to start out by saying, Sonic Adventure 2 is a very divisive game, gameplay-wise. When it comes to the story, I think a majority of the fanbase collectively agree that it is one of the best, if not the best in the series. What do I think? Yeah, it's a damn good story, and any good story has a lesson to be learned. Now, judging by the title, it seems obvious that SA2's story heavily emphasizes on the concept of humanity. To put it briefly, the story has the heroes and villains working together to save those who have wronged them in the past. Sonic with the police and prison island guards, and Shadow with the gun soldiers who killed Maria. It is also obvious that Sonic and Shadow act as foils to one another. Sonic's motivation to save the world is because that is what he does, and the people on Earth rely on him to do that. Shadow's motivation to save the world comes from Amy reminding him of Maria and her wish for Shadow to help his fellow humans. In the end, the two come together to save the world, and Shadow makes the ultimate sacrifice in Maria's honor. The ending of SA2 is a tearjerker, and one of the best final acts of a Sonic game ever. The question is though, what does this teach us about humanity? Well, I have a theory that seems very plausible. Now, what if I were to tell you that Shadow and Amy act as foils to each other in the game as well? Sounds crazy, right? Now let me explain. My theory is that Shadow represents us, the common man in society, while Amy represents those who go above and beyond to help others. Now, I'm not trying to shade anyone because this is only human nature, but we tend to judge others by first impressions, and that is exactly what Shadow did in SA2. Because of what happened to Maria, he assumed that all humans were bad. He judged them without knowing why they did what they did. Now, I bet if we were to ever go for something like Shadow, we would lose a little faith in humanity as well. But unlike him, we know that not all humans are heartless monsters. As I mentioned before, it took Amy to change Shadow's mind on his view of humanity. I like to think that Amy represents the few who act as quote-unquote superheroes, someone who goes out of their way to stop something bad from happening. I've actually encountered somebody like this in my life. Long story short, I fell from an escalator when I was young and tried to climb back up. My mom called for help, and some random guy in a t-shirt of one of my favorite ball teams helped me and got me off the escalator safely. I'm very grateful to say that we have people like that guy in our society, and I'm also very thankful for her selfless act. Anyways, going back to the story, I feel Amy is the perfect choice to represent the good and selflessness, and having Shadow as the common man makes him even more relatable. Now, I don't know if this is what the writers intended, but I think it's a really cool way to think of things. If I'm being honest, I miss humans in the Sonic lore. I feel they make the stories more interesting and relatable. As divisive as Sonic X is, I really enjoyed Sonic and Friends' interactions with other humans. Also, to all my Sonic X fans, does Helen remind you of Maria? I mean, think about it. They are both blonde, have blue eyes, and have some kind of physical condition. They both cared about the world around them so much, and all Sonic and Shadow wanted to do was make their wish come true. Turns out the two Hedgies aren't so different after all. After thinking about this topic, I found a new appreciation for SA2. It may not be my favorite game in the series, but I appreciate its storytelling and narrative themes. My question for y'all would be, would you like another game like this story-wise? Do you think with the direction Sonic Team is going, they could deliver a story like SA2 again? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and if you're new, consider subscribing. I do a wide variety of content here like comic dubs, shitposts, and vocal theme covers. Check it out if you're interested. See you in the next video, gamers!